Hey, hey, what you running from? Feel the power now, here it comes. Heart open wide, step in your name. No more hiding or you found the flame. Yeah! We've been told to hide, run and protect, but it's time now, love, no regrets. Block out the noise, that endless scroll. Focus on you from soul to soul, yeah. You choose what's coming in, no more walls to fight what's within. I feel the energy flowing through. It's your power, it's waiting for you. Hey! Come step in the fire, girl, don't you hide. I reclaim it now, feel it deep inside. No fear in this body, feel the energy rise. We're all in this space out here under the sky. Right here, right now, I reclaim my crown. I reclaim my crown. Heart open wide, I'll never back down. I reclaim my crown. Feel that shift now, you found the sound. Open your soul, let your magic be found. I decide who gets close, who stays, or who's gone. I reclaim my crown. No need for the talismans or runes. You, my girl, are the brightest June. Let the world shift, spin, twist around, but you stay grounded, strong, unbound. Feel the wisdom from the earth and sky. Energy moving, you daring to fly. It's not about hiding or fighting the storm. You become the calm, you rise reborn. I ain't running from the hurt, no more playing small. I step in the light, I hear the call. Owning my story, I'm taking my place. No one can move me, I claim my space. Hey! Right here, right now, I reclaim my crown. I reclaim my crown. Heart open wide, I'll never back down. I reclaim my crown. Say it loud, say it strong, feel the power come, girl, you belong. Can you feel it now, babe? What a song you've become. I reclaim my crown. You belong in the storm, in the calm, in the flow, untouchable, unshielded, you're the one that glows. Blessings align, now time to grow. I know I fly high, I glow.
Aloha, my beautiful ones, and welcome to this week's Spirit Journey. I'm very excited because today we have a couple of topics that we want to have a deeper look in, especially after the week we've had. I mean, come on, it was Chinese New Year, so the fire horse is finally here. And on top of it, there has been, a really, all over the place planetary constellation, to put it that way. um planetary sorry, I just had to check that because of the microphone. I think that's not working right now, but it's the other one, so that's a good thing. So yes, and the coming week is I think it's the 28th, where we will be able to see all the planets align. So we're really in the middle of a very intense time. But as always, with all of these things, I believe that the more we stay grounded for ourselves, the more we align ourselves with who we are, the better we're gonna be in staying grounded and not being washed away by the tides and waves and tidal waves that are coming right now. All kinds of tsunami waves of energies that are happening right now. And especially for us that are so connected with everything around us, right? All right. But before we dive in, as always, I'd like to give you a little intro for everybody who hasn't been here before. If this is your first time here, my name is May. I'm your neurospicy cyberwitch, here to show you how to live I'm going to call it very down-to-earth spirituality for yourself, and especially as a highly sensitive and or ADHDer. Yeah, in my case, I don't think that there's a difference. Way back when I started noticing that I was an empath, I remember how I was told I'm an empath, because I felt everything and everybody, in such a deep way that it wasn't just highly sensitivity, it was a little bit further. And that put me on a journey, on a spiritual journey. I already had learned, I was already a practicing, I was a shamanic practitioner, but went deeper into anything that has to do with energy work. And on that path, I, I'm going to call it, I've stumbled upon the Hawaiian philosophies and different forms of, Hawaiian belief systems, and those really helped me to transform and to change a lot of things. And then when everybody started to talk about ADHD a couple of years ago, I realized that everything that I had done to support myself going through the energetical part, the highly sensitive part, was actually also helping me with my ADHD traits. Yeah, and that's why I'm here now. And I created this space today because I want you guys to have, or you guys and girls, everybody, all the people out there that have an interest in in spirituality, in witchy things, shamanic things, and resonate themselves with either highly sensitivity or ADHD. And I wanted to create this space for you to get connected with your spirit guides. I do what I do because I have spirits that guide me, that tell me, that support me and help me and tell me, where we're supposed to go. Because from early on, I knew this is what I had to do. And the what is usually given to me by my spirit guides. And that's how these journeys that we're doing every Sunday work. Because in that moment, I do an analysis of the coming week. And of course, I look at what kind of energies are going to come to us. And of course, I have something, analytically, I'm going to call it this way, to help us, set intentions for the coming weeks. And I'll get into that a little later. But the way the journey is guided, I don't know. This is something I learned, I think it was in 2015. My spirit guides initiated me in the craft of guiding journeys. And for those of you who know shamanic journeys, you know that they're usually not guided. In my case, I was introduced to it and I was initiated in guiding these journeys because that was just for me a deeper way to work with you, to support you, because it's about empowering you to learn to be connected with your spirit guides and to be on those journeys with your spirit guides yourself, which is way stronger than if I would do them for you. So that's that thing, that's that part. That's how I became the person that does these, and I did them over a very long period in German because I'm in Germany right now, and but I have had the calling for the past 2 years to finally, move my everything that I do into the English speaking world. So yeah, when my spirits asked me to do this on the very first moon that we had on January 18th this year, it was, it was a low-brainer. I had to just start and do it. All right, so the idea of these journeys, because they are specifically for ADHDers and highly sensitive people, I'm not adding music anymore. I know I did that in the beginning for the first 2 journeys, or 3, I think. I'm not doing that anymore. Please go and find yourself either a playlist on YouTube or on your favorite musical platform. I have moved to Apple Music lately, so I have them. Usually, I will try. I didn't get to do it today, but I will try next time to have, a couple of YouTube or Spotify, Apple Music links for you that you can just choose and press play. And yeah, and use those playlists for yourself to, have them in the background if you feel like you need music. All right. One thing there is that one of the things when way back when I started my journey of having my own practice and having people come in for a holistic energy healings that I used to do live in person. I used to have my playlists and I would tell the universe or the spirit guides for them to be the DJs of that day. So I would just put the playlist and then shuffle, and then it would just, choose whatever was needed for that day. And usually I would do the same here while we're doing this. But here we go, because we are also doing it for highly sensitive ADHDers. Some of you, I know that some of you don't like the music. And the thing is, I've tested it. It's really a 50-50 thing. So there's 50% out there that like the music and 50% that don't like it. So I have decided myself to give you the space to look for a playlist right now, while we're talking, for those of you who want it, and for those of you who don't, just, enjoy yourself. And also, in a very ADHD kind of way, I do understand if you don't want to sit still. I'm not made to sit still, to tell you the truth. Um, I myself tend to start going like this or like this some point during the journey. That's why for me, I will never tell you to sit still. I do recommend, at least for the first time or the first couple of times, to close your eyes so that you can really focus on your inner voice, on what's coming from within. That's something that I did. And I remember my very first shamanic journeys, I did them while in the metro, while driving, not driving myself, of course. I was being driven by the metro, by the U-Bahn, because it had the perfect timing that I needed. And I had, noise cancelings or headphones, and then you can just, focus, close your eyes. Everybody in the morning on the way to work, everybody thought I'm sleeping. So, because everybody else would do that. So you just do that and you just enjoy your journey. I do not recommend doing it while driving, although I do know that probably some of you might want to do it, but please, please, please only do that if you are really sure that you're going to be able to, be observant of the streets, of the traffic. That's a high disclaimer here. And again, also there might be some of you out there that want to have a walk, want to go for a walk while listening to this meditation. Also, go for it. I believe that we were meant to be in movement. If you want to have your favorite stimming toy, I'm wondering if I have mine here. Yes, one of my favorite stimming toys that I'm not going to use here because I have enough with the guiding the journey, but I don't know if you know this, one of my favorite stimming toys. The clicking sounds might be too loud, but there are other stimming toys like these. If you feel the need to use them right now, please feel free to get them. I, on a explanatory level, for me, I feel that we have the need to be in movement, and because we move, the movement sort of like grounds us into our bodies, and then our mind can listen better. That's how I've noticed for myself. Please, this is not I'm not sure if everybody works this way, but that's me. If you prefer to just have quiet, to have it dark, please do all of that. That's important for you. All right. What else? So that's the important part. You're allowed to move. Again, if it's your first time, I recommend, close your eyes and follow my voice. If you don't feel like following my voice and just enjoying the energy of the group, that's also all right. In my own experience, I've known that sometimes it will be this way, sometimes it will be that way. I think that's very important, to give yourself grace and allow your mind to have that space, because there are days where we're so overloaded that the only thing that happens during this meditation is that you realize your thoughts coming in, probably in 3 different categories and 4 different trains, the typical one. And you allow those thoughts to come in and you just let them pass by. All right. You just let them come in and pass by. That's it. You might hear me, but you might not be able to follow along, because that's all right. Allow yourself to have that. It's not going to happen all the time. The important thing is that we are doing this together at the same time, live And because it's being recorded, we're also having the energies of everybody attending afterwards. All right. So this is a whole group thing, right? So you are, in spite of you doing it by yourself at home, you're still dialing into a group energy, and we're doing it all together. And that's the idea of these days, that as a group, we support each other in, you know, feeling into our spirits and getting into the practice on a weekly basis of, seeing our spirit guides, talking to them. All right. So that here's the next thing, because we all see different. We are different clairvoyancies. How do you call that? I know clairvoyance is because you see. Or is it the upper name? You'll probably know. I'm sorry. This is when you notice that I'm not a native English speaker, because sometimes I miss those kind of words. But what I mean is that all of us see and hear and feel spirits in different ways. So some of you are going to be very, how do you call that? Not fantastic, but well, you are fantastic, but um, you have a good imagination of seeing things with your inner eye. So you're going to be able to see things. Some of you are not going to see, but you're going to know that they are there. Some of you are going to feel that they are there, right? So there's all the senses that we have are the ones that we feel. I remember that, when I was starting with my whole journey, one of my teachers way back when told me that sometimes some people taste what spirit is trying to tell them. All right. So there's different kinds. I have to say, for me, I've experienced myself the knowing, the seeing, the hearing. So there's a whole lot of things happening there. Um, yeah. And again, if by whatever reason your system doesn't see anything right now, today, don't worry, please practice. The more you practice, the more you're going to understand what your form of, connecting with spirit is. All right. And if you do have any questions, please come join my Cyber Coven. You have the opportunity for free to join the Cyber Coven and to join these Sundays and come into the Zoom room, right? So that after we've done the live with on YouTube, I'm going to turn that one off then. And then we have a safe space. It's no recordings, no nothing, where you can, tell us a little bit, ask your questions if you have questions about, connecting to your spirit guides. Now, what are spirit guides? That's another thing that I should explain, because I love to ask the void, I'm going to say the void, to ask the universe to show me whoever wants to show up. And that's why for me, when I talk about spirit guides, I mean them all. I'm talking about the ancestors. I'm talking about, I don't know if you know, but I do walk around with dragons. So I have my dragons. I know that some people have unicorns and, other magical creatures that are out there, fairies and, all of them out there. We have spirit animals, we have spirit guides in different forms, because they used to be, some of them walked this earth at some point and now became spirit guides for us, spiritual teachers, spiritual healers. They're all out there, right? And for me, the reason is that, while I was learning all those things, I was focusing always on the spirits that were just brought to me by, that spiritual teacher or in a different journey. So I would forget about all the rest. And then I would have them come knocking on and going like, hey, you know what? We want to work with you too. So that's why I've accustomed myself that whenever I do journeys like these, to just ask into the universe, who's the one helping me today? And then whoever is necessary for that day will show up. And sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three, sometimes it's more. I always say that whoever it is, and that's why you're going to see that you're going to have at first some space to get to know whoever is of here from your spirit guides. And in the second space, you will have space to ask your spirit guides for something. All right. If you feel like you want to give good energy to the world because of everything happening right now, right? Because I know we all have that, weight of the world on our shoulders. If you feel like doing so, please use that moment to tell your spirit guides, hey, please help me give energy to Mother Earth, give energy to that and that country, give energy to world love and peace, right? That's one thing. If you want to, do that. If you want to ask about your own challenges, do that, please. That's going to be the space where you can ask your spirit guides whatever support you want. Because remember, the spirit guides are just waiting for you to tell them where you need your support. And last thing, and that's if you want, and this is some questions that I have from, from knowing what kind of energies are coming next week, is these three questions, and I'm going to read them to you. And I'm reading them to you, and I'm going to try to post them actually in the chat in case you want to. Let me see if this works here. There you go. I can put them in the YouTube chat and in the Zoom chat for you to read, to see. These questions, and I'm going to read them in a second, are here to help you in case you don't have a specific topic. Use all three or just one of them to guide you through, through the next, through this journey, right? Because of the energies that we're having next week, ask yourself, what am I done pretending I can tolerate? I know this is a hard one, but because, the energies that we're having right now is to be more authentic ourselves, stand in our own truth. So ask yourself for the coming week, and you can take this as a prompt for the whole week or just for today's journey. What am I done pretending that I can tolerate it? That's a strong one. Where do you want to bring me for freedom? Where do you want to bring me for more freedom? Where do you want to bring me more freedom? And I have added the gently because we're allowed to tell our spirit guides or the universe that we want something to be gentle with us. All right. So where do you want to bring me more freedom? Again, if we put it with the where am I done pretending to tolerate something, that means freedom too, because you're releasing something that keeps you stuck, that keeps you. So where can you create more freedom for yourself? And what is one soft structure that would actually support you right now? Maybe it's these weekly guided meditations, or maybe it's something else. Ask yourself, what is one soft structure that would actually support me right now? Maybe it's something that you can do for yourself. All right. Take this either for yourself for the coming week or for today's journey. All right. I'm going to give you one more moment to find yourself a good spot to sit, to lay down, to whatever feels right for you to now do this guided journey. I'm going to take a moment to have a little something to drink, and then we're going to get started. All right. Hmm. Let's take a moment to just feel our body wherever you're sitting or standing or laying down. Just have a quick check-in with yourself. How am I feeling right now? If you want to, but don't ask it. Ask it, but don't. It doesn't have to be, something that you need to change right now. If it's just sort of like a check-in. And while you're checking in with your own body, realize how you're breathing. And with the next inhale, I want you to inhale universal energy through your crown chakra. Let that energy flow through your whole body. And when you exhale it through your belly button, through your navel. And feel how that energy that comes into your body starts taking everything, all the worries of your day to day. And when you exhale it, it takes it all out of your body. And you feel your body becoming lighter and lighter and more easy. And you feel how your body becomes softer and lighter. And in this lightness, you feel how your body starts to levitate. It's sort of like you're flying out of the space where you're in, whether it's a window or a door. You get out there and feel how you're climbing higher and higher. Hmm. And you start seeing the surroundings of your house. Maybe some park here or there, or a lake in the streets, probably in the darkness and the lights shining. And you keep going further up into the sky, maybe passing some clouds, and you keep going up and higher. And you start seeing the size of the countries beneath you and then the size of the continents. And you start flying more and more into the universe, into space, and you see Earth below us. Hmm. And you keep going up and up, passing the stars, until you feel the pull of one of the planets. And you feel that planet pulling you closer and closer, and you see it, and you fly closer until you land on that planet. Hmm. And on that planet, you already see them. The planetary energies that are waiting for you today, plus your spirit guides. It might be one or it might be more. And let's take a moment right now for you to feel into or see whoever is there. What planet wants to talk to you today? And which of your spirit guides wants to support you and on this journey today? And together with the planetary energy and your spirit guides, they take your hand and walk with you to that part of the planet where you can talk to them. Ask them now for whatever support you need in the coming week, whatever intention you want to set for the coming week. Or if you want to do some release work with them, now is the moment. Take your time to ask the questions or ask for the support that you need. And my voice will call you back when it's time to go home. Slowly, you bring your attention back to yourself, to the planet you're on, to the spirit guides here. And with big gratitude, you look at your hosts for today's journey and ask them for a final blessing, an anchor that will help you anchor the information or whatever you did today for yourself into the next week. And with that final blessing, with that final anchor for the next week, you say your goodbyes to your spirit guides and the planetary support that you got today. And just like before, you make a small jump and start levitating out of the planet into the galaxy, into space. And while you're letting all the wonderful things sink in that you received today, you float back towards Earth and you start seeing the blue planet coming closer to you. And you start seeing the continents, maybe even the countries, or at least the area of where you live, of the country you are living in. And you feel yourself coming closer to your city or to your village, getting closer to your house where you live in. And just like before, whether it was a window or a door, you find your way back into the room, into the space where you are right now. And you feel your body dropping back into your physical body. And you start feeling yourself and your breath again. And again, like before, you start inhaling through your crown chakra, universal energy. And this time, you exhale it through your feet. And by exhaling this energy through your feet, you're becoming the connection between heaven and earth, between the universe and Mother Earth. And you feel yourself grounding more and more into your body. But this time, standing strong, You feel the strong rooted connection of your feet to the ground, and they get deeper and deeper the more you exhale into your feet and out of your feet. And with that, you feel your body more and more. And you feel grounded again. And maybe you have the urge to, oh, sorry, yawn like me, or stretch yourself, or maybe even cough or sneeze, or however the energy wants to move through your body right now, allow it to happen. And allow yourself to really fully come back into your body. If you feel a need, keep on breathing the way we just did, inhaling through your crown chakra and exhaling through your feet until you really feel grounded again into your body. And whenever you feel ready, open your eyes and come back into your here and your now. Welcome back, my beautiful soul. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to allow yourself to have space to write down whatever you want to write down right now. If you want to copy the questions, you can do it right now. Hmm. And before I dive into the Q&A session with everybody here on Zoom, I want to say thank you to everybody who attended today. Enjoy this week's energy. Ground yourself more, and I hope to see you maybe even inside the Zoom room next week on Sunday. Same time. Mahalo and much love and much blessings.